Hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, we're looking at bad drivers. Well, some of you have asked me in the past as to whether or not YouTube is my full-time gig, and it is not. This is my hobby. I have a full-time job. I work 5 days a week, 40 hours plus a week, and I am all over the place. I'm on all different highways, all different roads, traveling between different job sites during the day. And in my work vehicle, I run a dash cam. It's just a good way to protect yourself if something should happen and it's your word against theirs. It's a good way to protect yourself to say, listen, the video footage says something completely different than what you're saying. But I see so many crazy drivers. So I just thought it would be fun, just for the heck of it, to review some of the footage that my work van catches on the dash cam with people driving in a way that really they probably shouldn't be. Larger trucks should give advanced warning. Advanced warning is not when I'm 10 feet from your bumper. That's okay, buddy. Come on over anyway. At least you signaled. Well, a little further down the road, same truck in front of me, and you know what? Let's just stop the video right here. See these two lanes? Well, these are exit lanes, but apparently if you missed that exit or you didn't want that exit, no problem. Drive on the paved shoulder, cut the guy off that's closest to the exit, and squeeze your way in. By the way, he didn't thank me either. Well, we're not even going to mention the pollution that poured out of that vehicle. But look at this black vehicle in front of me. Now he whips out, almost rear ends that vehicle there, but then pulls into the left turn lane. Now at this moment, he has the red. He can't go anywhere, but for some reason, no one is moving. Traffic isn't going anywhere because of the emergency vehicle that's approaching. And here it comes. So the ambulance approaches the intersection. Everyone is stopped the way that they should. Nobody is moving. But out of nowhere, this guy takes his opportunity and decides, you know what? What's good for the emergency vehicle is good for me. And he darts out and makes his left turn in front of the opposing traffic, which has the green. Okay, look at this guy. How many hands do you need to ride a motorcycle? Apparently, none. Wow, this guy is a candidate for road pizza. Well, if he's brave enough to drive with no hands, then he's brave enough to pull all kinds of other full moves. And he pulls over here in front of me, and I figure he's just trying to change lanes. No, he's looking for an opportunity because he sees the emergency vehicle coming and takes his chance and flies up in behind it. Guys, this is nothing more than dangerous. He's now using the ambulance as his blocker to get through traffic and get further ahead. Just a dangerous, dangerous move. Waiting in a merge lane? You don't need to wait. Just cut across the no drive area, cut in front of the first big white van that you see coming towards you, and carry on your merry way. No need to wait in the line. No need to merge properly. No need to do much of anything. Oh, wait, he just signaled. That makes it all okay. Well, it's not just drivers that make bad decisions. Look at this guy, standing right in the middle of a live lane of traffic with cars coming towards him and not a clue what is going on. Now, granted, this is probably one of the worst off-ramps in the entire city, and it's always congested. It doesn't matter what time of the day you're there, this is total gridlock. There's a lot of reasons for it. I'm not going to bother getting into them, but what makes things really bad, and I mean just horrific, is when you have someone like this fella in front of me that doesn't have a clue and just decides to stop. Right there, just stop. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to merge. Everyone else is moving over, but I'm going to sit there. And it just makes for a nightmare. It's best to pull around and move on and get around them. I'm pretty much going to stop this clip as soon as it starts because what you've got here you can see is a paved shoulder. What you don't see is this guy using it for his own personal lane. I guess if you only have two wheels, you get high priority. You ever put your trash out to the curb and wonder how your bins ended up halfway across your lawn the next day? This guy answers that question. One word: aggressive. Well, our subject here is on an e-bike riding in the curb lane. So I'm in the outside lane. I get around him, give him some space. So a little while later, Mr. E-Bike catches up to me. And instead of following the rules and staying behind, he decides to pass on the white line, then without checking, cut in front of me. When you're in a car, the car is designed to protect you. When you're on two wheels, you are nothing more than a human roll cage to protect that bike. So I clear away, get away from him, but he catches up again. And look at this bonehead move. Weaving in and out through traffic to carry on his merry way. Guys, when someone comes along like this, let him go. Let him get ahead of you. Get as far ahead of you as they can. And once again, Mr. Two Wheels thinks that the paved shoulder is his personal lane. Where's a cop when you want it? I understand the need for speed on a motorcycle, but there's a difference between a need for speed and a death wish. And this guy has a death wish. Now in this next segment, I want you to keep an eye on this truck right here, who for some reason feels he needs to get over 3 lanes and he needs to do it as aggressively as possible to go nowhere, to go absolutely nowhere, just to pull over and stop, and then for me just to cruise on by him. I just don't get it. Taking a chance like that? Well, our next subject in the Toyota in front of me has both a problem deciding what lane he wants, and apparently signals on a Toyota don't work. So cruising along just fine, and you know what? I think I'm going to go in the curb lane. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Right over here into the curb lane. Yeah, no, I'm halfway. No, I'm going to come back. I want the middle lane. I want the middle lane. Yep, definitely the middle lane. No, I want the left lane. No, van coming. Can't go in the left lane. I'm going to stay in this center lane. No, halfway out of the center lane. Okay, around the bus. I'm good. Let's go into the curb lane. Nope, not the curb lane. Okay, straight. We're going to go straight. Straight. Wait a second. Where do I want to go? Don't I want to go over there? Yeah, I want to go to the right. Okay, I'm going to start edging over to the right. Start edging over. Do I want to go to the right? Yeah, I want to go to the right lane. There I am. No, I'm halfway into the middle lane. Where do I want to go? Yellow light. I don't need to stop for that. I'm out of here. And let's not mention that the guy behind him ran the red. It's not just crazy and aggressive stuff that you catch on a dash cam. Check this little boy out here in the blue sweater that stops his mom to bend down and pick up a few flowers so that he can give them to his mom as they walk along. Sometimes you pick up some cute stuff too. You guys remember that two-wheel death wish I was talking about? Would the man with the death wish please enter the screen? Wow. Unbelievable. I don't know what the coalition is between two wheels and bad drivers. This guy is something else. He weaves up in between. I figured he was going left, but no, he weaved up in between to get to the stop bar so that he could gun it at the green and carry on his merry way. Well, sometimes it may not be a bad driver, but it just may be someone not paying attention. And here the light has changed to red. The green is obviously from my direction. And this fella here just decides that he doesn't need to stop. That's crazy. Well, this one goes with the old theory of I pay taxes on both sides of the road, so I'm going to drive on both sides of the road. And if we look through the windshield of the car in front of me, look at the headlights right here coming head on into my lane. And then the guy finally realizes when he sees the van coming towards him that, oops, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I don't know. Well, tragically, every year, people on scooters, e-bikes, bicycles, they get killed. And I think this guy on this little blue, whatever this is a prime example of how it happens. Bobbing and weaving in and out of the traffic here, not paying attention. He hasn't checked his blind spot once. No helmets on either one of them. And yet he still continues on their merry way. And yet they don't need a license for these things. And there you have it. Crazy drivers through the city. Guys, I don't know. I really don't understand why people take their own life for granted and risk it every day to drive so aggressively without checking blind spots. Just go in such a rush to get where you're going that you can't see around you, cutting people off, driving in ways that you know is wrong, and yet you're putting not only yourself but other people at risk. I don't understand the mentality there. I'm pretty much kind of a mellow driver. Maybe 5-10 kilometers over the speed limit on a long haul trip. Other than that, I'm pretty much at the speed limit. Stick to the right. Let the crazies go by me. Get out of the way. You go ahead. Get out of my way and keep me safe. But I just don't understand it. But they're out there. Every day I see this. The footage on today's show, I think, is just over a couple weeks, and it's not even all of it. Some of it is even crazier, but I didn't want to post it because I didn't want to give any ideas. Guys, if you are out there on the roads, just be careful. Be careful what you do. Keep an eye on your surroundings. I'm positive that you guys out there don't need me to tell you how to drive, don't need me to tell you how to drive defensively and how to be careful on the roads, but I would honestly hate to hear of any of my viewers that got taken out because of their own bad decision, but even worse, because of somebody else's bad decision. So guys, just stay safe out there. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. You click the bell and then you're not going to miss the notifications of future episodes of the show. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's content. I want to thank you for tuning in this week. If you like this sort of thing and want a new one every once in a while, let me know down below and I'll see what I can do about producing more, down the road a little further. Guys, once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it. And more importantly, I hope you're going to join me again next week when I bring you yet another Alternative Tuesdays.